Hello, my dear students. Welcome to today's lesson. I hope you are all doing well and feeling excited to improve your English skills. Today, I want to share something special with you. This is not just any story, it's my story. I want you to imagine walking with me through an entire day. You will experience how I use English in my daily life, from morning until night. You will hear the words I speak, the conversations I have, and the little habits I follow to practice English every single day. Learning a language is a journey filled with moments of progress and challenges. But I have discovered a simple truth. If you practice consistently, you will improve. I am not a native English speaker, yet I immerse myself in English as much as possible. I speak it, listen to it, read it, and write it. I make mistakes, but that's perfectly okay, because every mistake is a lesson. In this story, you will follow a typical day in my life and see how I use English in different situations. As you listen, I want you to reflect on your own daily life. How can you integrate English more? Can you speak to yourself in English? Can you watch English videos before bed? Now, let's begin our journey together. Ding, ding, ding. My alarm clock rings. Slowly, I open my eyes. Oh, it's time to wake up, I say to myself. Yet, my bed is warm and comfortable. I want to sleep more. But then I remind myself, no. I have things to do today. I have to practice my English and start my day right. I stretch my arms and yawn. I still feel sleepy, I say. But I take a deep breath and tell myself, today is a new day. Today is a great day to learn something new. I step onto the cold floor. Brr, that's cold, I say and laugh. I walk to the bathroom and look in the mirror. My hair is messy and my eyes are sleepy. Wow, I look like a bear, I laugh before picking up my toothbrush. Brushing my teeth, I watch my reflection. My teeth are getting clean and shiny, I say. After rinsing my mouth, I splash cold water on my face. Wow, that's so cold, but now I feel awake. After freshening up, I stand in front of the mirror. Good morning. Today is a great day to practice English, I tell myself. I say some simple sentences. I am feeling happy. I will learn something new today. I take my phone and open a dictionary app. Let's learn a new word, I say. I choose the word determined. I say it aloud. Determined. I am determined to improve my English. Next, I turn on a short English podcast. The speaker talks slowly and clearly. I listen carefully. This helps me improve my listening skills, I remind myself. Now, it is time to change my clothes. I open my wardrobe and choose a comfortable outfit. While dressing, I say simple English words to describe my clothes. This is my blue shirt. These are my black pants. I like my outfit today. After dressing, I make my bed. I fold my blanket and arrange my pillows. A clean room helps me feel fresh and ready for the day, I say. While making my bed, I continue speaking in English. I am folding my blanket. I am arranging my pillows. Now, my bed looks neat. My stomach makes a small noise. Oh, I am hungry, I say. It is time for breakfast. I walk to the kitchen and open the fridge. What should I eat today? I ask myself. I decide to make some toast and tea. I take out some bread and put it in the toaster. Click. The toaster starts working. After a few seconds, pop! The toast is ready. Nice and crispy, I say. I make a cup of tea. As I pour hot water into the cup, steam rises. The tea smells so good, I say. I sit at the table and enjoy my meal. While eating, I practice English. I pick up a notebook and write a few sentences. Today is a beautiful day. I am learning English every day. I feel happy and excited. Then, I read them aloud. Speaking English helps me feel more confident, I remind myself. After breakfast, I check my schedule. What do I need to do today? I ask myself. I read my to-do list in English. 1. Study English for 30 minutes. 2. Go for a walk. 3. Watch an English video. I put on my shoes and step outside. Ah, the fresh air feels nice, I say. I start walking and look around. The sky is blue, the trees are green, the weather is beautiful today. As I walk, I listen to an English audiobook. The narrator speaks clearly. I repeat some words after them. Repeating words helps me learn better, I think to myself. While walking, I see a small shop. I decide to buy a bottle of water. I enter the shop and greet the cashier. Hello? How are you today? I ask with a smile. The cashier replies, I'm good. How about you? I respond, I'm great, thank you. I pick up a bottle of water and go to the counter. I would like this bottle of water, please, I say. The cashier tells me the price. I pay and say, Thank you. Have a nice day. The cashier smiles and says, You too. Walking back home, I feel proud. I spoke English with confidence today, I say happily. At home, I sit down and review my English notes. I write a few more sentences. I went for a walk. I bought a bottle of water. I spoke English with the cashier. I am practicing every day. I read them aloud and smile. I check the time. Oh, it is time for a short break, I say. I relax for a few minutes and listen to soft music. Taking breaks helps me learn better, I remind myself. After my break, I open an English book. I read a short story and try to understand the meaning. Reading helps me learn new words, I say. When I see a new word, I write it in my notebook. I also practice speaking. I read a few lines from the book aloud. Speaking English every day makes me feel more confident, I remind myself again. The day passes, and it is now evening. Time to relax, I say. I decide to watch an English video. I choose a simple video with subtitles. As I watch, I repeat some sentences. This helps me with pronunciation, I think. Before bed, I reflect on my day. Today, I practiced English in many ways. I listened, spoke, read, and wrote. I feel happy with my progress, I say. I take a deep breath and smile. Tomorrow is another day to learn and improve, I whisper. Then, I turn off the lights and go to sleep, ready for a new day of learning English. With my morning routine done, I check the time. Oh, it's already 8 a.m. Time to go outside. I put on my shoes and step out the door. I take a deep breath and smile. Ah, the fresh air feels wonderful. The sun is shining and the sky is blue. Birds are singing, and I feel happy. As I walk down the street, I think about English. I will practice English today. I will listen, speak, read, and write. I look around and describe what I see. The trees are tall, the leaves are green, the road is busy. Many people are walking, some people are riding bicycles, others are driving cars. Speaking to myself in English helps me improve. I walk to a nearby cafe. I practice my order in my mind. When I reach the counter, I smile at the barista. Good morning. I'd like a cup of coffee, please. The barista nods and asks, Would you like anything else? I think for a moment and reply, No, thank you. Just the coffee. The barista smiles and says, That will be $3. I take out my wallet and give the money. After receiving my coffee, I take a sip. This coffee is perfect. I find a seat and sit down. I listen to the conversations around me. This simple exercise helps me improve my listening skills. I hear a group of friends talking. What are they saying? I focus on their words. I went to the park yesterday, one person says. Another person replies, Oh, really? How was it? I smile because I understand a little. Listening to English every day helps me learn. I take out my notebook. I will write something in English. I write a simple sentence. Today is a beautiful day. I am drinking coffee. I am practicing English. Then I read my sentences aloud. Reading helps me speak better. I continue listening to people in the cafe. I hear someone order food. Can I have a sandwich and a cup of tea, please? The cashier replies, Sure, that will be $5. I repeat the sentence in my mind. Can I have a sandwich and a cup of tea, please? Learning real conversations helps me improve. After finishing my coffee, I leave the cafe. As I walk down the street, I see a tourist looking at a map. The tourist looks confused. I smile and say, Excuse me, do you need help? The tourist looks relieved and says, Yes, how do I get to the train station? I think for a moment. Go straight, then turn right at the traffic light. The station is just a 5-minute walk from there. The tourist smiles and says, Thank you so much. I reply, You're welcome. Have a great day. I feel happy. Speaking English in real situations makes me feel more confident. I continue walking. I pass by a small bookstore. Maybe I can find an English book here, I think. I enter the store and look around. There are many books on the shelves. I see a section called English Learning. I pick up a small book. English Conversations for Beginners. I flip through the pages. This book looks useful. I take the book to the cashier and say, I would like to buy this book, please. The cashier smiles and says, That will be $10. I pay and thank the cashier. Buying books in English helps me learn new words. As I walk home, I think about my day. I practiced speaking English at the cafe. I listened to conversations. I helped a tourist. I bought a book in English. I feel proud. Every small step helps me get better at English. When I reach home, I sit on the sofa and open my new book. Let's read a little bit. I read a short conversation. Person A, Hello, how are you? Person B, I'm good, thank you. How about you? Person A, I'm doing well. What are you doing today? Person B, I'm going to the park. I read the conversation aloud. Practicing dialogues helps me speak better. Then I try to make my own conversation. Me, Hello, how are you? Imaginary friend, I'm good, thank you, and you? Me, I'm doing well. What are you doing today? Imaginary friend, I am going to the cafe. I laugh. Practicing alone is fun. I take out my phone and open my dictionary app. Let's learn a new word today. I type improve and read the meaning. Improve means to get better. I say aloud, I want to improve my English. I look at the time. Oh, it's already noon. I should make lunch. I stand up and go to the kitchen. Today, I will make a simple lunch. As I cook, I describe what I am doing. I am cutting vegetables. I am boiling water. I am frying chicken. Speaking while cooking helps me practice English. After lunch, I sit by the window and watch people outside. Some people are walking, some people are riding bikes, some people are talking. I practice making sentences. The man is wearing a blue jacket. The woman is carrying a red bag. The boy is running fast. I smile. Using English in my daily life helps me learn faster. I decide to call a friend. Speaking with others helps me practice English. I dial the number, and my friend answers. Hello, how are you? I say. My friend replies, I'm good. How about you? I say, I'm doing great. What are you doing? My friend says, I am reading a book. I smile. Me too. I just bought a new English book today. My friend says, that's great. Let's practice English together. I feel happy. Practicing English with friends is fun. As the day continues, I keep using English. I watch an English video and repeat some sentences. I write in my journal. Today, I practiced speaking, listening, reading, and writing. I am getting better every day. Before bed, I smile and say to myself, I am proud of my progress. Tomorrow, I will learn even more. As I walk home, I put on my headphones and play an English podcast. Listening to native speakers helps me understand the language better, I remind myself. The voices in the podcast are clear. I focus on how they pronounce words. I listen carefully to the way words sound together. The speaker says, Today, we will talk about daily habits. I repeat the sentence quietly. Today, we will talk about daily habits. Speaking along with the podcast helps me improve my pronunciation. Sometimes I hear a new word. What does that mean? I wonder. I take out my phone and check a dictionary. Ah, now I understand. Learning new words makes me feel happy. I pause the podcast and repeat a sentence. Speaking out loud helps me practice, I think. I try to copy the speaker's accent. I want to sound more natural in English. As I keep walking, I hear a difficult sentence. I pause the podcast and listen again. Listening many times helps me understand better. I repeat the sentence slowly. Now it makes sense. I smile as I continue listening. Every day I understand more English, I tell myself. If I keep practicing, I will improve even more. The podcast continues, and the speaker says, Try to listen every day. I nod and agree. Yes, I will listen every day. I listen to a conversation between two people. One person says, How was your weekend? The other person answers, It was great. I went to the park. I repeat the question. How was your weekend? Then I answer, It was great. I went to the park. Practicing like this helps me learn. I imagine myself in a real conversation. I feel more confident speaking English. I hear a funny joke in the podcast and laugh. Learning English can be fun, I think. A few minutes later, the speaker tells a short story. I listen carefully. The words create a picture in my mind. Stories help me understand English better, I tell myself. I hear another new word. What does that mean? I pause the podcast and look it up. Oh, now I know, I say happily. The podcast gives an example sentence. She is very kind. I repeat, she is very kind. Then I make my own sentence. My friend is very kind. I try to use the new word in another sentence. My teacher is kind. Making sentences helps me remember new words. As I keep walking, I hear another question in the podcast. What do you like to do in your free time? I pause and answer, I like to read books. Practicing like this helps me feel more comfortable. I imagine talking to a real person. I listen again. The speaker talks about good habits for learning English. Listen, speak, read, and write every day, they say. I nod. Yes, I will do that, I promise myself. The speaker gives a tip. Try to think in English. I decide to try it. What do I see around me? I ask myself in English. I see trees. I see cars. The sky is blue. Thinking in English helps me practice. The podcast continues, and I listen to more conversations. One person says, What time is it? The other person answers, It's 3 o'clock. I repeat, What time is it? It's 3 o'clock. I imagine talking to a friend. Excuse me, what time is it? I say. Then I answer, "It's 3 o'clock." Practicing like this makes me feel more confident. The speaker says, "It's okay to make mistakes." I smile. "Yes, I will not be afraid to make mistakes," I tell myself. I keep listening as I walk. Every day I learn more English, I think. If I keep practicing, I will improve. When I arrive home, I take off my headphones. I feel happy. Today I practiced listening and speaking. Tomorrow I will do even more. At the end of the day, I sit down with my notebook. I feel a little tired, but I am happy. Today was a good day, I say to myself. I open my notebook and take my pen. Let's write about my day in English, I think. Writing helps me remember new words and practice grammar. I start writing. Today, I practiced English in different ways. I spoke to myself in the morning. I listened to an English podcast while walking. I helped a tourist by giving directions. Every small step helps me improve. I stop and read my sentence again. Did I write it correctly? I check my spelling and grammar. Yes, this looks good. I smile. I continue writing. Speaking English feels easier now. I am not afraid to make mistakes. Every day I feel more confident. After writing, I pick up my notebook and read my sentences aloud. Speaking helps me feel more comfortable with English, I remind myself. I listen to my own voice. Am I pronouncing the words correctly? I try to speak slowly and clearly. I repeat some sentences to make my pronunciation better. Sometimes I feel shy when I speak English, but when I practice alone, I feel safe. It's okay to make mistakes, I remind myself. The more I practice, the better I will get. I take a deep breath and continue reading my sentences. I try to add emotion to my voice. I want to sound more natural when I speak, I think. I look at my notebook again. I see some words that I use often. Maybe I should learn new words, I think. I take my phone and search for synonyms. Ah! This word has the same meaning but sounds different. Let's use it next time. Writing and speaking every day help me improve. Even if I only write a few sentences, I know I am making progress. Little by little, I am getting better, I tell myself. I feel proud of my effort today. I close my notebook and smile. Tomorrow I will practice again. English is not just a subject, it is a skill. And like any skill, the more I practice, the better I become. I take one last look at my notebook. I wrote in English today. I spoke in English today. I listened to English today. That means today was a success. Before bed, I sit on my bed and take a deep breath. Today was a good day, I say to myself. I feel happy because I practiced English in many ways. I pick up my phone and open a video in English. Listening to native speakers helps me improve, I remind myself. I focus on their pronunciation. I listen to how they say words and how they connect sentences. Sometimes I pause the video and repeat the words. I want to sound more natural, I think. I try to copy the speaker's tone and rhythm. I hear a new word. What does this mean? I wonder. I check the meaning and write it in my notebook. Now I have learned another new word today. I smile. As the video ends, I turn off my phone. Every day I get better at English, I tell myself. I remember all the small steps I took today, speaking, listening, writing, and learning new words. I turn off the lights and lie down. Every word I speak, every sentence I write, and every conversation I have brings me closer to fluency, I think. I close my eyes and feel proud. One day I will speak English easily and confidently, I say softly. And so, my journey continues. I hope you take inspiration from my story. Learning English is a journey. And it starts with small steps. If I can do it, you can do it too. Start practicing English in your daily life. Speak to yourself, listen to English, write your thoughts, and never be afraid to make mistakes. Remember, every small effort counts. Keep going. Keep practicing. And soon, English will feel as natural as your native language. Good night, and happy learning.